Hi guys, welcome to my channel Happy High Tarot. In today's pick a card reading, we will find out if the person on your mind really cares about you or not. This again was a suggestion, and whatever suggestions you guys leave for me in the comments, I always note them down. So I will be covering all of them sequentially. Probably the next video on coming Tuesday would be about what's the next best thing that's going to happen in your life. Alright, so for today's video, I have this clear shell for group 1. And the blue shell for group 2. So feel free to pause the video over here, meditate on both your options, pick whichever one calls out to you the most. You'll find the timestamps in the comment section as well as in the description box below. So make your choice and let's get started. Hi group 1, so for those of you who chose the clear shell, let's find out whether or not the person on your mind really cares about you. Still cares about you in case it's been a long time since you guys were in touch or in a connection. Wow, the very first card over here we have lovers, that is harmony. We have shadow. And balance. So yes, the person that you're asking about definitely still cares about you. However, the energy of shadow over here tells me that they do not make it evident at all, and perhaps that's why you find yourself here today asking this question, because you have no clue about it. They don't talk to you. Their actions do not indicate any such thing. However, I am picking up from shadow that somewhere you both might still feel connected to each other. You guys mirror each other a lot as well. I have two things over here to show me that. You are able to pick up on their emotions. They are able to pick up on your emotions. You guys might be seeing a lot of repeating ones as well, 1111, 111, things like that. I feel like right now, the person that you're asking about, their life might be all over the place. It might be a mess, but I'm hearing it's a well-kept secret. So what they portray in front of the rest of the world, particularly on social media, is a very clean image, a very nice, clutter-free image of what's going on in their life. But the truth is not that, anything but. This person is trying to find balance in their life. I see that there's a lot of shadow work that they have to do as well. And because they do not feel in sync, that might be one reason why they've never been able to openly show these things to you, that they care about you, that they have feelings for you. And somewhere balance over here also tells me that there might be some significant differences between you and this individual. Maybe one of you comes from a very strict family background, one of you comes from a very liberal background, or maybe, depending upon where you're from, you guys belong to different religions, so that's a problem. You both belong to different castes, so that's a problem. Or there is some very prominent financial status difference between you and them. Perhaps you're doing very good in your career and they're not, or you come from a very affluent family and they don't. So they don't feel like at the moment you both are on the same level. And because they don't think that there's balance at the moment in this connection, that is another reason why they keep all of these feelings to themselves. Because the feelings over here are very, very intense. They're very strong. I mean, the first card being the strongest and that being the lovers for you guys. So definitely this individual does care about you. In fact, this isn't just normal caring, Simple caring can be for anyone. It can be for your pets. It can be for your friends. It can be for your colleagues, anything. But this is love. This isn't normal, I really care about you. This is more like I love you. That's the energy over here. I also see that this individual has a lot of fears. There's a lot that keeps triggering them, and perhaps this connection also keeps triggering them. There's a reason behind it, of course, with the presence of this angel and then shadow over here. I feel like this connection was meant to trigger them so that they could step into the light, so that they could come face to face with their shadows and do all of the work that's required, to get on their highest path and become the highest, best version of themselves. But obviously nobody likes triggering, nobody invites triggering into their life as such. And because each time they talk to you or think about you or are around you or something that you say, even if you were saying it absent-mindedly, because it tends to trigger them, perhaps that is one reason why they like to maintain their distance from you. But there's very strong heart chakra connection between you and this individual. That is why I said that you guys are able to pick up on each other's emotions so well. Somewhere I also feel like with shadow and balance, they think that you're better than them. And shadow over here also tells me that the individual that you're asking about might have some issues pertaining to how they see themselves. Maybe according to you, they're a very good individual and that there's absolutely nothing wrong about them, whether it is their nature, personality, looks, career. For you, everything is okay, but that's not the case for them. They don't think that they are doing their best at the moment. Which is why I said, but that's not what they want, right? They want to be doing their best, and that's not happening right now, which is why they're putting out this very well painted image of theirs and their life for the world to see. When in reality, they're not content, they're not satisfied. All right, let's see what else do we get. So one thing is clear, that this person does care about you a heck lot, and they just don't show it for the reasons that we've covered so far. Spirit tells me what person care about them. We have courage. Does this person care about them? Forgiveness. And inner peace. Okay, so as we'd already discussed earlier, that there are some fears that this individual has. And now we have the card of courage over here, which just confirms that for me. That there is something that this individual wants to say to you, and it does not just have to be the fact that they have feelings for you, that they still care about you. I feel like it's more about them not being able to muster the courage to apologize to you for something. Forgiveness with shadow tells me that for a lot of you, perhaps this individual had ghosted you. I mean, like out of nowhere, you were just left. You were left without any answers. A decision was made by them independently and was just imposed on you. They did not really ask you to participate in that decision making. So obviously that wasn't cool at all. And now balance with inner peace is also telling me that this individual, and because they do keep tabs on you and they do know what's up with you and what's going on in your life, if you are not connected to them on social media, perhaps you guys have mutual friends or just people in your neighborhood that they might know as well. Just basically, they do have ways to know what's going on with you. Or maybe you have a public profile. Whatever the case might be, they feel like at the moment, compared to them, your life is going pretty smoothly. Everything is going very well in your life. And that they are afraid that if they make any move towards you, it might disturb your peace. And because I also have forgiveness over here, perhaps they are aware that whatever it is that they had done to you in the past had disturbed you a lot, had caused you a lot of hurt, for which they are regretful, as we can already see over here. Right? They do not want to cause you any pain. And the thing is that this individual is not realizing that you would perhaps at this moment really like if they can just be straightforward with how they feel for you. I'm also hearing that this person could have chickened out from your connection. Because inner peace over here tells me that according to you, everything was going pretty okay, pretty nice, pretty well in this connection. Which is why whatever happened could have hit you out of nowhere. It wasn't something that you were expecting. It wasn't something that in fact you'd ever imagined could have happened. And this individual is wise enough to know the magnitude of the problem that they have caused you, or the amount of pain that they have caused you. This person, I don't think they've ever apologized to you. In fact, shadow over here also tells me that whenever you might have tried to confront them, they might have either dodged your questions or they would have been very vague with their answers. I'm hearing gaslighting as well, so maybe some of you were gaslighted. This person is not proud of how they behaved with you, all right? That much is clear. They're not proud of how they behaved with you, but unfortunately, they do not also have the guts to own up to their mistakes in front of you. They know, like they have confronted themselves and they've told themselves that I shouldn't have done this and that was wrong. But it's almost as if they are trying to forgive themselves, but not really asking you directly for your forgiveness. Their intention over here seems to be, honestly, their intention over here seems to be to not cause you any further trouble. And that can also be one reason why they are maintaining their distance from you and not really talking to you, because they feel like you're doing very well without them. And when they were with you, they had caused you so much pain and they don't want to cause you pain once more. So it's best that I, stay away from group 1. But again, like I said, what they are failing to see, failing to understand is that you want them to talk to you. You want them to be upfront with you about what happened and how they feel and whatever else it is that they want to say to you. You are hoping for a heart-to-heart conversation. You are hoping to sit down with them and, just address the elephant in the room. And they're simply not ready for it. They're running away from it. And I think that also brings us back to the whole triggering thing that we discussed about earlier, that this connection really triggers them. Maybe they've always been an escapist, and your connection isn't the first such instance when things were about to get serious or things were getting a tad bit difficult or more mature discussions were kicking in, they just left. They might have done this in other instances, in other situations too, not just romantic connections, but otherwise. They might be having a tendency to run away instead of staying rooted. So yeah, this connection definitely triggers them, and that is also one reason why, although they have all of these intense feelings for you, feelings of love, feelings of regret, they tend to keep all of this to themselves, which is why you're not able to understand at times whether they really care about you or not. Okay, let's see what else do we get. We have divine sight, see the divine in everyone. Mystery, explore the unknown, the unexpected awaits you. And dignity, hold your head up high and know the unicorns are supporting you. They're not able to see the good in this situation. They try to, but they're not able to, and that is where the problem lies, group 1. It's like they've imprisoned themselves, in their own mind. They're a prisoner of their own mind, basically. And it's not like they haven't got the chance to talk to you. Maybe there have been many instances wherein you initiated the conversation, or there was some social event wherein both of you were present. But they, like I said, they just do not have the courage to walk out of these prison gates and talk to you and confront you. In fact, this also confirms for me that they do not have a very high opinion of themselves. And that is another reason why they keep their feelings to themselves for now. They're also not sure of where you stand with them anymore, especially because we had inner peace and balance. So like I said, they feel like you are doing very well in your life. In fact, they might even feel like you've moved on from them, or that you're with someone else now, or that you're in love with someone else. And perhaps there hasn't been any communication from your end also since a very long time now. So there is that shroud of mystery over there as well. They also are not, they're not 100% sure how you might react if they were to talk to you. Okay, it's a mystery for them. Sometimes they feel like you might listen to them patiently, and sometimes because they know that they had hurt you, they're afraid that you might lash out at them. So because they're not 100% clear about your reaction, that also triggers the fears within them, and they tend to stay holed up. They know now that they did not act out of dignity. They did not have any integrity, any dignity. They did not treat you well. In fact, whenever things went wrong between you guys, they might have presented themselves as knowing or as saying that, something along the lines of, I did what was best for everyone, even though they did not include you in that decision. So how could they know what was best for you, right? Like I told you, they do not have a very positive opinion about themselves. And they seem to have put you on a pedestal though, group 1. So this connection, it triggers them a lot. It triggers their fears. It triggers their self-worth issues. It triggers their lack of courage, lack of confidence. And it forces them to come face to face with their escapist tendencies. So it is no surprise that they find it extremely difficult to make it clear to you that they still care about you or that they love you. I don't see any energy of any third party over here either, at least not in their heart, not the kind of emotional investment that they have in you. But of course, this is a general reading, so things can be different for all of you. They seem to be very focused on you, but they're not doing anything about it for all of these reasons. They also know that you had, pointed fingers at them and that you had asked them a lot of questions. And when you had asked them questions, the right thing for them to have done back then should have ideally been, to answer your questions and to tell you why they did what they did or what was their side of the story. Instead, they chose to just, run away from the scene and not answer you. And now in retrospect, when they look back at that incident wherein you had confronted them, they realize that it was very wrong of them to leave you clueless and leave you without any answers. And because it is such a huge pile of mistakes now, so obviously they find it difficult to gather courage in an equivalent amount to face you. And of course, thanks to this very, very poor opinion that they have of themselves. I'm also hearing that they don't have any friends as such at the moment, or any mentor or guide or anybody at the moment who can perhaps help them to figure out what they should be doing ideally in this situation. Okay, let's take a look at your tarot cards now. We have the Hierophant. Three of Wands. Seven of Cups in reverse. There is a lot of internal chaos, mess, confusion, all of those things. The energy that I picked up on in the beginning, that their life is a mess. They just don't portray it like that on social media or in front of their friends, but that is the truth. There are a million directions in which their mind runs when it comes to you. There is no peace, there is no calm, there is no sense of contentment in their mind at the moment with regards to you. And of course, they also know that they had left you clueless. That is another thing. They do care about you. In fact, Seven of Cups in reverse is telling me that they are not interested in anybody else either. They don't want to explore their options. In fact, somewhere the presence of Lovers over here tells me that maybe in the past also, the reason why they had ghosted you was not because of someone else, but some other, it could have been something else, but not another person as such. Even if they do date around, I don't see them sticking to anybody as such. In fact, if you're aware that they have dated people or that they still date people, you might have noticed a pattern that they tend to break up with those people very quickly. Because they see you as their forever person. With Hierophant over here, you're the one whom they see as their potential life partner, marriage material. We have marriage material, we have Lovers, and then Hierophant. For a lot of you, there can be some physical distance between you guys as well. And can be, for some of you, you guys live in totally different countries too. There are still some things which link you both to each other. which is why even though they are not expressing their feelings to you and you're also not talking to them, still you guys feel that bond, you guys still feel that connection, both of you. So they do care about you, but it seems like it's all being done from a distance. You know, they're maintaining a safe distance while keeping their eyes on you, while making sure that you're happy, that you're doing okay in your life and things like that. Although Three of Wands over here is also telling me that perhaps gradually, and for some of you within the next 3 weeks, this person might make a move towards you. And there might finally be some ancestral spirit who can help them with this, who can provide them some divine insight into the whole situation and help them figure out what ideally should they be doing next in this connection. Three of Wands over here also suggests that when they do make a move towards you, I'm sorry and I still care about you and I love you might not be the first few things that they say to you. Alright, in fact, they might start it off in a totally different direction. And once they're sure that the foundation isn't as rocky as it used to be, it's a bit stable now, there is some calm now, that is when they might start discussing all of these things with you, because they do know with Seven of Cups in reverse that there are a lot of things that have to be addressed. And now they are wise enough to understand that you're not the kind of person who will simply just sweep it all off under the rug and pretend like nothing happened. So they know that they have to get their act together if they really want to pursue this with you. So hopefully they will do their work, face their fears, and then make a move towards you. Please excuse the dogs. The signs that can be present in your chart or theirs are Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and Aries, Leo, Sag. Libra and Pisces are present over here very strongly as well, as is Gemini. Alright, so these are all the messages that I have for you right now, Group 1. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new over here. You can also follow me on Instagram for more tarot readings, and you can message me there or on my email ID to book a personal reading with me. You'll find all those details in the pinned comment and description box. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hi Group 2, so if you guys chose the blue shell, let's find out whether the person on your mind cares about you or not. See what all comes up. Does the person on your mind really care about you? Wow, the very first card over here, we have Prosperity Begins. We also have Temptation. And we have Passion Ignited. So there is love, there is lust, but there are also some toxic patterns or attachments over here which perhaps might be preventing this individual from really doing something about the feelings that they have for you. It's not just lust that they have for you guys, because I also have this very stable and grounded energy over here. So definitely they're not all about you just because of the way that you look or because of the physical intimacy that you guys might have shared at some point. They do see you as so much more than that. Wow. Okay, so I just got the hit that for some of you, Group 2, there is someone who has kept your person stuck or tied. Like there might be some karmic connection in which your person is at the moment, and although they know fully well that that karmic is not good for them, now I'm not saying that karmics are always bad, because they're not, but whoever this particular karmic is really seems to have, this individual really seems to have a hold on your person to an extent wherein they know that this karmic is not good for them, but perhaps there are things that is keeping them stuck. In fact, it might literally just be a connection of, that's just based on mindless sex, and that's it. There are no emotions over there, but perhaps because the sex is good, or the person that you're asking about is addicted to sex or something like that, which is why they're not able to let go of that karmic. Or that karmic could have been the person through which your person had their sexual awakening, or the first person that they'd fallen for, so they find it very difficult to get out of that situation now. even though they know that it is not sustainable, even though they know that the long-term love that they're seeking, that they're looking for, which they deserve, something that can keep them grounded, something that can keep them rooted, something that they can build up on, lies with you and not with this other person. So I do see that there is a third party over here, and I'm not really liking the energy of this third party, because I feel, especially with the presence of this devil over here, that this third party, whoever they are very good at mind games and know exactly what to do or what to say to basically make sure that the person that you're asking about is not able to get out of that connection or get out of that trap. Obviously it's not a one-way street, obviously it's always two people, and you're obviously, you're asking about an adult over here, right? So they have the freedom to make their own choices. But yeah, it's addictive at this point. And it's an unhealthy addiction nonetheless. For a lot of you, it might not be a person. Obviously, it's a general reading, so I'm just relaying all the messages that I'm getting. You can take what resonates. If you know for a fact that there is no karmic as such, or that there is no third party, in that case, there definitely are some addictive behaviors that your individual battles. And because they keep stuck in those addictive patterns and toxic patterns, they're not able to remove themselves from those attachments, even though they know they're unhealthy, and they're not able to have that new beginning in their life, of which they'd very much like you to be a part of. So again, and somewhere over here with prosperity begins and then the devil's energy, it also tells me that in this journey, you are quite far ahead as compared to your person. Perhaps with passion ignited over here, you've had your awakening and you have already started healing and doing the work and all of those things. And you've been doing all of that since a very long time now. Whereas this person is still in the phase wherein they are coming face to face with their shadows and trying to figure out ways to break out of them, but not able to, and they're keeping themselves stuck and tied in those situations and whatnot. I am also hearing, group 2, that there are certain people around the person that you're asking about who are not overly fond of you. And they tend to have a hold on your person, especially their thinking capacity. Your person might not be the sharpest tool in the box. Your person might not be someone who has always been very able to take decisions independently. This can be someone who's always relied on other people's opinions. When they were with you, they might have even asked you for your opinions 100 times about things. So the people around your person who are not fond of you also tend to poison them a little bit about you. It's almost as if as soon as a fire starts burning in your person's heart, someone comes and pours water all over it. Someone who does not like you, or someone who does not want your person to leave them. Or again, like I said, all of these inner demons that they have, these addictive patterns, this toxicity. They know how you are. All right, they know that you're not a fling person. They know that you're not a one-night stand person. They know that you're the kind of person who wants stability. You're the kind of person who wants long-term commitment. You want loyalty. You want effort. You want reciprocity. And they know that in order to give you all of these things, they will have to give up on their toxic behaviors. Maybe this is the kind of person for whom flings and one-night stands and today I'm with this person, tomorrow I'm with that person. That's very normal. That is who they are. And they've fallen for someone who's totally different from them, which is you. So they know that if they want you and if they want you for the long haul, they will have to change themselves. They will have to reform themselves. They will have to, better themselves in some way. And each time they try to initiate that change, all of these attachments, these addictive patterns, they just come and take a hold on your person, and they're not able to so far turn over a new leaf or have that fresh start which they want and which they know that can be the only key which will help them get together with you, because they want that. With prosperity begins over here, they do want you and they do care about you and they do like you. In fact, I would go on and say that they're sort of obsessed with you. They think about you a lot. They really want you. And not just for your body, again. The emotions do run deep over here. But this person, if we eliminate this, there's a lot that they have to deal with. They know what's good for them, and they know what they will have to do to turn over a new leaf in their life. But for that, of course, they're the only ones who can help themselves, and they're the only ones who will have to face all of these shadows that lurk within them. If it is a karmic, if it is a third-party situation, they know that they're going to have to leave that first. If it is a toxic pattern, addiction, behavior, they know they're going to have to leave that. And if these are some friends who are poisoning them against you, and they know it, then they'll have to say goodbye to those friends and try and understand that you're genuine, that you're nice, and that they shouldn't blindly believe whatever they're told about you. So 3 different situations over here. Please take what resonates. All right, let's see what else do we get. If you know for a fact, group 2, that there is no third party, please do not force that message onto yourself. Spirit of script to this person. We have blessings. Healing chaos. Look at this. And protection. It seems to me that the kind of lifestyle that this individual has at the moment, group 2, has sort of become their comfort zone. And they're not finding it easy to break out of that. You know, not doing anything about something can become a comfort zone for a lot of people, and that is exactly what I see might have happened with this person as well. They understand fully well that you're a blessing in disguise in their life, and that you are perhaps the only person who can help them come out of the shadows, who can help them heal, who can help them reform themselves, and who can lead them towards a more abundant and fulfilling life. They really appreciate you. They appreciate you being a part of their life. They appreciate you coming into their life in the first place. For whatever duration you both were together or were in contact, I feel like you might have noticed improvements in this individual's behavior or their lifestyle while they were with you. But then, of course, things went downhill and they went back to square one. And the thing that I had told you earlier about you being quite far ahead in the journey at the moment as compared to them is also true. Because while you are healing, and healing is never linear, and healing is never, like something that happens and then it stops. It keeps on happening sometimes. But their life at the moment seems to be very chaotic. And they're finding it very difficult to, like I said, come out of that comfort zone. And again, I'm hearing that there's a lot of chitter-chatter around them about how you are. It's like someone is purposely trying to create this false image of you in this person's eyes. Someone who does not like you, someone who perhaps always wants to keep your person in their control. And this can be anyone. This can be some parent of theirs. This can be some sibling of theirs, some cousin, some friend, an ex, someone they're currently dating who knows about you. It can be anyone. The trouble is that I feel like in their heart of hearts, at their very core, your person knows who's right and who's wrong and what's good for them and what isn't. And so the only question perhaps that then crops up is, what are they going to do about it? Well, if they are wise enough to tell the difference between right and wrong, and if they're wise enough to tell the difference between who's good for them and who isn't, or who's the one for them and who isn't, so then what are they going to do about it? But it seems like at the moment your person is so fucking trapped in all of these chaotic things and all of these messy things in their life that the very idea of having to walk away from that and expose themselves to new things, new experiences, and a new beginning altogether might seem scary. Your person also has a habit of overthinking, and sometimes it just spirals out of control. Unfortunately, I am not seeing any awesome friends around your person, honestly. I'm not seeing anybody in your person's energy circle at the moment who can show them the right direction, who can tell them what's good for them and what isn't, who can tell them what they need to hear instead of what they want to hear. And that is also creating a lot of problem. It's almost as if they're okay with admiring you from afar, with soaking in all of that beauty and all of that happy, chirpy behavior that you might be having, and how good you're doing in your life, how successfully you've overcome whatever it is that went down between you guys. It could have also happened that when you both broke up, you took that as an opportunity to improve yourself, to work upon yourself, and you've come a long way since. And meanwhile, this individual, and I mean, it's not very uncommon, some people are not able to handle breakups well, and they just tend to drown themselves in mindless sex or alcohol and things like that to just forget everything. So it is possible that this individual might have taken that route. But anyway, this lineup over here again confirms that although they do care about you, but all of these addictions and this toxicity at the moment has unfortunately become a comfort zone for them. And although they know that they're going to have to change themselves and heal themselves if they want abundance and stability and this lush long-term growth with you, the very idea at the moment seems a tad bit scary to them, which is why they're not doing anything about it and sitting comfortably at one spot. Okay, let's see what else. I think when I am talking about especially people that might be poisoning them about you, I'm sure some names are coming in your mind as to who those people might be. We have help. The help you need is on its way, so keep watching for it. Surprise, look for the unexpected today. And prosperity. Prosperity is flowing towards you, so be open to receiving it. This is fantastic, group 2. This is fantastic. Okay, so remember when I said that there's so much happening in your person's life, but unfortunately at the moment there's nobody to guide them and show them the right direction? Well, lo and behold, now we have the card of help over here telling us that very soon either an actual person or a light being will start assisting your person in their journey back home towards you. Because look at how this person is sitting, you know, with their hands on their head. They have no idea what to do. They're just sitting there clueless, and all of these incoming light beings are here to assist this person and help them think straight. So that is what's going to happen next in this connection. That the kind of help that this individual wants, and I mean obviously the universe can see this as well, right? That you know this is someone who genuinely wants to change, who genuinely wants to be able to move towards the people and the things that are for their highest good. But they're finding it difficult to do all of that by themselves, and there's nobody around to help them. Instead, there are only people to make things worse. Which is why perhaps this internal cry for help has been heard and will be addressed very soon. So like I said, either an actual person or some light being, some ancestors, spirit guides and such will be helping your person to navigate their way back to you and to break out of all of this toxicity, addictions, you know, these bad relationship dynamics in case there's a third party and all of those things. In fact, once that is done, you know, once they have been put on that right track by this help that's going to come in their life, who they become post that will be a very pleasant surprise for you. Especially if you guys are connected on social media. Once you see, you know, like gradually all of the stories and the feed posts and everything, they're all changing, and you will be able to sense that shift you will be happy about it. In fact, once they're fully recovered from all of this, they might unexpectedly contact you as well, which, like I said, would be a pleasant surprise for you. And prosperity over here is just confirming that this connection isn't over, and that finally, thanks to this much needed help, the prosperity, the long-term growth, the long-term beautiful connection that this person genuinely wants from you will finally become a reality. If you too genuinely want this person, you just have to be open to receiving all of those blessings when the time comes. And like I said, surprise over here is confirming to us it's going to happen in a very unexpected manner and a very unexpected time as well. It's also possible that whatever positive transformations occur in this person might not make their way to their social media. So you might not perhaps be able to find out that they are changing or that they're improving themselves or that they're not the same person anymore. So when the new version of theirs contacts you, how they are in that moment, how they're talking to you, whether they're sober and all of those things, they might really surprise you, but like I said, in a good way. And who they are at the moment and who they will be by the time they reach out to you, there's going to be a huge difference between both of those energies. And of course, the new one is 1,000,000 times better. Because this new energy of theirs post the reformation is going to be very nice, very grounded. In fact, very open as well about discussing long-term plans with you. Okay, let's take a look at your tarot cards now. Also, I mean, it's almost as if, you know, this is someone who is lost in the woods or something. There's nobody to help them. They're trying to find their way back home. And then they see some sort of spirit animal that guides them and, you know, gets them out of the woods and puts them on the highway. And then they hitch a ride and they're able to come back home. That's just an image that I saw. Okay. Spirit descriptors, person really care about them. We have the moon. Two of Cups in reverse. And the Lovers. Wow. Your reading closes with the Lovers. Okay. So here's the thing. Yes, obviously this person loves you. They really do care about you. For some of you, definitely at the moment, this individual might be in a relationship with someone else, which isn't good at all, and it's doing them more harm than good. In fact, Moon with Two of Cups in reverse is also suggesting that this individual feels like you might also be dating someone else, or that you might also be in a relationship with someone else. In fact, one of their biggest fears, Group 2, is that when they make their way back to you and tell you that they love you, you might reject them by telling them that you are in love with someone else or that you're in a relationship with someone else. And I feel like this is one recurring nightmare that they keep on having with the presence of Moon over here, and I'm strongly hearing that it is a recurring nightmare that this individual has, that you're in a relationship with someone else. In fact, if there is no third party either at your end or on theirs, it might be a shared feeling. You know, you might be having nightmares about them being with someone else, and they have these nightmares about you being with someone else. Two of Cups in reverse is also telling me that at the moment your person knows that they're not in a state to offer you any sort of commitment or even to express their feelings to you, which is why for the time being with the Moon over here, they're keeping all of those feelings to themselves. And they're hiding the fact that they love you and that they love you a lot. This reminds me of the whole Beauty and the Beast thing as well. You know, I think her name was Belle. So Belle really changed the Beast with her love, and then of course he was under this spell. So when the spell broke and he again changed into a prince or whatever that was, that is when they get together. So you can think of it that way. You know, at the moment your person is not in a good state. Once they undergo the healing, they undergo the transformation through the assisted help that's going to come their way, that is when you will get the commitment that you're seeking. So you're going to have to wait for that. You're going to have to wait for that transformation to kick in for your person. but I feel like you guys might start noticing some improvements, or you might start picking up on energies associated with them more intensely in the coming 1 to 2 months. There might be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or Gemini present in your chart, or this person's, or Capricorn as well. Aries, Leo, Sag too. Alright, so these are all the messages that I have for you right now, group 2. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new over here. You can also follow me on Instagram for more tarot readings and message me there, or on my email ID to book a personal reading with me. You'll find all those details in the pinned comment and description box. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.